Hey guys, so today I am filming with Rose.
Hi.
We just filmed another video, which I believe will actually be coming out this Thursday. So, you know, this is my short little Tuesday video. I don't normally post on Tuesdays, so you're welcome.
Yes.
And if you aren't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit the red button and ring the bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. Also, we're both on Instagram, and she happens to have a YouTube channel as well. So if you're interested in checking us out on any social media platform, those will also be linked down below. Without further ado, today we are going to be showing each other our tatas. So
I'm so excited.
we both went to the same clinic.
Thank you, Melzer Clinic.
Thank you, Melzer Clinic. Yes, we're both very happy with the results.
Oh my god,
But
beyond ecstatic.
we both got different types of incisions as well as different sizes, and we both went to different doctors. I went to Dr. Meltzer, and Dr. Meltzer trained and works with
Dr. Ellie Zara Ley.
Thank you.
And she did my boobies.
So just real quickly before we get started, I want you to understand just a tiny bit of information behind both of our surgeries. I had my surgery done on October 20th, and today is December 13th. I don't know what day it is. How about you?
I had my breast aug on September 1st.
They give us this bandeau that goes across the top. I'll insert a picture of both of us wearing ours here.
The bandeau from hell.
So my bandeau was on for about 6 weeks,
Yeah.
just over 6 weeks. So yeah.
And I had to wear mine for 5 weeks.
I will have a full video discussing all this information, at least from my perspective, coming out in the, I was planning on doing it this month, but with timelines that are interjected, it might be January, which is actually perfect because I actually see my doctor one more time this month. So
that way you can get like the full, complete, healed, you know, all the updates
the
at
whole
once.
journey.
I love it.
So,
and then if you want to see my breast aug journey, it's already up on my YouTube channel. Are y'all ready?
we're about to strip for you. By the way, merch, the Casey Blake, you can buy it at thecaseyblake.com. It's also down below, right inside of YouTube. So there's also a tab on my channel for shopping. So if you're interested in checking that out, go there.
They're super cute
and comfortable, and I think they're reasonably priced personally. I've seen a lot of merch like go for crazy amounts. So I like these. I like the hoodies.
I love how my boobs fit.
I know. The hoodies feel so good on your skin too. Like I like wearing them with nothing else. It's great. So without further ado, let's get started with the strap tease.
Yeah, there it is. Oh,
We're not
right now.
Yeah. Okay. On the count of three. On three, we turn. 1, 2, 3. I'm like,
yes!
Oh my gosh, your tattoo thing scared me for a second. I was like,
oh my god, I have a new tattoo.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like yours look bigger. I'm like,
yours look bigger.
Were your perspective, I swear.
I love this.
Your nipples didn't change much from before, did they?
No, not at all.
Is one of yours bigger or dropped differently?
Yeah,
do you think this one dropped more?
this one's definitely healing a little bit quicker and dropping quicker. But this one's always been larger too. Yeah, so it's been
and they didn't compensate for that?
No, I was surprised. Yeah, they put 360 cc in both. So, I mean, they were so small that like the variance of size, you know, was so minor that.
Mine too. He said that he might beforehand, and then when we got in, they didn't.
Your scars though, they look so good. I'm actually surprised.
I'm glad I went under the nipple. Like, I'm like, I can't see that. I mean, you can't see your scars either. I
have to really try.
I know, me too. I'm like,
where are they?
Like, look at that.
Yeah, that looks so amazing. It's like not even noticeable.
I mean, you can touch it if you want to.
It's perfectly, yes. Wow, yeah, they look really good.
This one's taking a little bit more time to heal, but this one, it's like almost gone. Yeah. I'm like, okay. I like the placement. Like, mine don't feel far at all. They actually, like, it's like a thumb.
Yeah, literally.
Here.
Literally.
I'm pleased with this. I'm glad he put the extra 50 cc's in. I was a little nervous, and they literally were like the rectangles.
Up in your neck.
Yeah, when the first day after.
It's so weird. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know if that's because of your muscle underneath.
Probably.
Or like on top of. Mine looked square too.
Yeah.
I don't get that. And now they're like these beautiful round.
They were scary.
Little...
They make you they make you scared of them. But like,
Yeah.
Your scars aren't bad at all either.
Yeah.
The
This one's really faded.
I
haven't been using scar cream much anymore either.
Yeah,
I've stopped.
They're like a purple tone, which mine are more like reddish pink.
Yeah.
So
mine used to be more red, but they've turned really purpley.
I think that they look really natural up top too. Like I like how they're progressed.
The ramps,
and like. I mean, they're big. Like, when you put on a push-up bra, they're going to look like massive. It's like crazy. Yours are placed farther apart than mine, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Mine's, a couple fingers.
Yeah.
I'm happy with
with
their placement.
too. And honestly, that's all that matters. Like, at the end of the day, like, you have to live with your body. Like, ultimately, that's the case here.
Yeah.
And I was like so nervous. And I'm like, I know these aren't going to show on camera, but like, I am also like super like early still in my healing process. So they should drop more.
They're definitely
they should drop more, which will make them look more fuller.
Yeah, you're gonna get more of the
like
side
crease
too.
a little bit here and stuff. Yeah.
It's the little things of euphoria, you know.
Yeah, it's just like one of those things again that I was like so nervous, like I didn't want to do it, and I'm glad I did. Like, I truly do not regret this at all. It was worth the full investment.
Worth every penny.
I'm like. We did, I think, have different post-op experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I had, well, first off, I think I felt more pain than you did in general.
For sure.
But they only gave me enough narcotics for 3 days. I was only on pain meds for 3 days. It was like 10 pills, and that was it. Is that how it was for you?
Not at all. I had virtually no pain pretty much throughout the whole time. Like, I think the worst pain that I was ever in was from my back, from having to, sit up for 2 weeks straight,
For, like, sleeping and everything.
Yeah, for sleeping, everything. You can't lay flat on your back for 2 weeks, minimum. Some people longer. I was approved after 2 weeks, so it's like, perfect size for you.
The incisions are kind of high. Do they normally migrate onto the boob, or do a lot of girls get them, like, in the crease?
That's what happens. You get them in the crease of your boob. But as they drop, it ends up getting higher.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to put the incision in lower than your muscle are. Yeah. But it's going to naturally drop. So, I was watching like a lot of like surgery like TV shows, and I saw that every woman that had breast aug once and got it redone for whatever reason or removed, all of their scars were higher. So that was something that I was never told, but that I saw in like certain like surgery shows like on Netflix or whatever. And so that was something that I knew to expect, but I was never told.
Yeah. The thing that like surprised me the most, specifically with mine, I don't know, I'm gonna ask you basically if you felt the same, was just how precise the cut is. Like, I was very like, I mean, you can see like these
perfectly around
like,
your nipple.
Yeah, this is like smooth. It doesn't look like a hand did it, like at all.
No. And there's no like no train tracks is what they're called. When it like there's like lines out from that incision. It's one perfect line. Yeah. There's no lines going out from it, that are perpendicular.
I'm nervous like about like redoing them, like when that becomes, if that becomes a thing. I'm sure it will.
Eventually.
Like, it's the inevitable at this point. But I'm a little nervous about like how that functions. Like, I think they can just go right in where they did last time, right? They can just cut right open through that scar.
That's what Dr. Ley said, and she said even through the nipple, like she's never had an issue with people like losing sensation. But that was something that I was so worried about.
She's like, fine, we can avoid it.
Yeah, so I was like, no girl, we're not going near the nipple. I don't want to lose any sensation there. And I'm happy I did that.
And I'm happy I did it through the nipple. I questioned it every time I saw him.
Yeah.
And then the day of, I questioned it again, and he's like, this is what I prefer to do. I like the scars are virtually unseeable. Yeah. The only person that'll see them is you and whoever you're intimate with. And even then, they'll look so smooth and like,
this one's already pretty unnoticeable.
Yeah. And I had issues actually where this one was raised. I had a bit of, what do they call that?
Keloiding?
Yeah, but like they called it something else when I was there. But yeah, I just massaged them
first.
And I massaged them in the shower mostly.
This one has a tiny bit. It's still a tiny bit raised just on that outer part. But this one's pretty flat. This one I don't feel. I had a lot of laser on my chest, so...
I did too, but like, I went on and off hormones, and I think that the testosterone being like reintroduced and bumped up made it plumped up more. I'm assuming since we went to the same place, we probably have the same ones, honestly.
It's highly likely.
So I had the periareolar incision, however you say that, submuscular, which means it was cut, the incision was cut around the nipple, and then they went underneath the top pectoral muscle, but they basically cut through that, and so basically the muscle gets pushed forward, and all of the initial, like, substance that you had from, like, hormones or the fat that you had there originally pushes over that. Like, it basically skims over the top of everything. So I got a Mentor Memory Gel breast implant, smooth, round, moderate plus profile with 400 cc's silicone. And it was from Dr. Toby Meltzer here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and the total cost was $7,500.
I got gummy bear silicone implants. They're a medium profile, 360 cc each. They're under my muscle. I was expecting to only get 350 because my surgeon was really worried about, like, overstretching because I have a smaller chest, smaller rib cage, and I had almost no breast tissue before.
Yeah.
And so, you know, she was like, I don't think we can fit any more than 350. Like, 300 would be great, 300 maybe to up to 350. And when I woke up from surgery, the nurses were like,
guess what?
They did 360. And I was like, yes! I love the size of mine. I do think when I get them redone in like 10, 20 years, whatever that looks like, I'll probably want to go bigger by then.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm really, really happy.
Like,
you know, like,
when I redo them, I don't want to have to get a lift. I won't do a lift. Like, I don't want those scarring, you know, like the nipple movement, all of that. So I would ultimately go bigger.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to start smaller, like too small almost, so that when I wanted to redo them, I just went bigger.
Yes.
I don't know how boobs are supposed to feel, but...
I know, me neither. I'm like, you know, so I feel like they feel real. Like, they're very squishy. Mm-hmm. You know, like, they're really squishy. Like, it doesn't feel like there's anything in there that moves.
People go get a boob job and, like, are like, ooh, I'm gonna have cleavage. Like, you don't have cleavage without a bra. Like, that's just, it's not natural. I think that's important to register, is, like, don't expect that. Like, that's not a reality of it.
Yeah. They're never gonna look like that unless, like, you go so huge that, like,
they're touching.
They're too big for your body. Yeah, they're touching. And, like, I don't know. If that's what you want, you know, live your happy life, but I don't think they look good like that.
The thing to also know is when you cut them too close together, there's potential of lifting happening of the sternum skin, which means they become technically, like, into almost one solid boob as opposed to two, and I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound too good to me.
Yeah, that's scary to me. I was actually, like,
nervous.
When I was healing, I was super nervous about that because I had so much stretching that, like, I did have, like, skin, like, lift up in the middle, like, right at the beginning that, like, I could press down, and I was so nervous. I was like, it's happening already.
Did you call them?
But it healed.
Did you talk to them about
it? Yeah, I
it?
talked to them about it, and it healed. Like, it went down, and, like,
I'm like,
I don't have that.
I never had that concern. With your piercings, how long until you could reinsert?
I actually never took my piercings out.
During surgery and everything?
No, it was amazing.
Oh,
Dr.
cool.
Ley allowed me to keep my piercings in.
I didn't know that.
I had to put a bar in. And I thought I had to put a plastic one. Like, I intentionally bought a plastic bar for them. That way I could leave them in because I didn't want to have to re-pierce them. Especially after having breast talk. That would be so painful. But yeah, she was like, no, it's fine to leave them in. Just put a bar in, put a Band-Aid over it, and then I was good to go.
Awesome.
I was surprised. Like, and she said even if we did it through the nipple, I could have kept them. So
that's really good.
Yeah, I'm
surprised they can fit all this through this little hole. How does that work?
No, but they're really.
Okay. I'm like
really soft. Go for it.
Okay, so. Oh wow, these feel really natural.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm like mine.
And I'm happy how much I can like.
You're how far along again?
Would
you say 3 months?
Yeah, 3 months and 2 weeks.
That's only a month further.
I felt like this a month ago.
Yeah, my cousin
Does that hurt?
A little, but not. Like, do you want? Sorry, to be honest with you, this is where it hurts right now. Like literally just this one spot. I'm telling you, I think while I was painting that wall in there. It just
stretched a little too soon. Before, like pre-op, you know, when I was laying on my side was the only time when I could remotely have a
Some
little
sort of
bit
boob.
of cleavage or a little bit of boob even.
Yeah.
And now it's just like when I'm laying on my side, like I'll take selfies or whatever and I'm like,
I think this size was actually perfect for my frame.
I think so too.
I think this was like
they look
literally
natural.
the call. I'm glad he did this. So it's so weird how it's so different for everyone, you know? Like we did not get that far of a change, and like I'm like, we're really not that different in size. And they look different. I mean, all boobs are unique. All boob pairs aren't the same. Like I'm not saying she has to have my boobs. In any capacity.
I love my boobies, but 1 month, 2 months post-op, I loved them, absolutely. But looking back at photos, I'm like, they were not proportionate, like, to each other. Like, they were uneven, they were healing different. There were certain, like before, like, they had, like, dropped at all. Like, my incision was, like, a straight line on the bottom, and it almost made the bottom of my boobs look squarish. Because the incision was so straight, and the rest was kind of rounded.
Right.
It looked weird as it was
better
healing.
lower than...
And now that they've dropped below, you know, that scar mark, they look so much rounder and fuller.
And like, do you have pictures of the process? I'm like, we can
kind
of, now that we're talking that, we can probably just pull them open.
So that was pre-op.
Okay. Oh, wow. You had
that was the best photo. That's the best photo I ever had of boobies. It's a lot of shadows.
Like, have your, what are these parts of the nipple called, gotten bigger over time?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Very much.
With hormones?
Yeah.
Got you.
With hormones.
Because even there, they didn't look this big, but also they're pierced too, so that helped, that pushes them more too.
This was like the month that I...
I like
crazy.
them done so
I
much
didn't
more.
notice. I know, me too. I didn't even realize, like, I literally had nothing straight on. Inside, like,
but
it was like
a poof,
indented little cone. Looking back, I'm like, oh, I did not like those. This was 1 week post-op. They were so high.
But it's still not that
so
bad.
square. I mean, yeah, I still was happy. I mean, look at that smile.
1 week, you said?
1 week, yeah.
Got you.
I'm so happy.
Look at that smile.
I know, I loved them.
These are the before shots that I took for the clinic. Mine were very...
I should have taken that shot.
I know.
That was really smart of you. Because now looking at that shot, I love that angle now.
But like, I mean, they don't look like much in general.
They're there.
There was something.
You have a little profile.
I'm still shocked they put 400 cc's in. Like, I was like flat. Like,
oh my god, yeah. Looking at your side now, damn.
And like, there's some stretch marks as of right now, so that's good.
I have way more veins.
Right?
Can you see more veins too? Like, I've never been able to see this vein.
I think I have.
It's so prominent.
Look.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
And then this one.
Like, I can't see that one.
It's under there,
Yeah, but I'm like...
I know, I can't see my underboob.
They're like, you have actually, I think it runs all the way across. I'm like, those two. Do you have one of the same day that they took off the bandage, like a day after?
That was day after, that first one.
Yours look great for a day after. I thought that was a week.
I thought it was a week too.
Are you ready to see my day after?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oof. That looks painful.
It wasn't. It wasn't. The nipples didn't hurt at all.
It's so
And we kept these IV stickers on for the first 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
It was great. They literally...
Yours is just see-through. My bandage, you can't see through it, so...
So what they...
Mine probably looked just like that.
Probably. So what happened was they like just peeled this down to about right here, and then they took one side tweezers and went zing, 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 and it like hardly felt it. It was pretty fast. It wasn't too bad.
I felt my mind. That was so painful.
Here. I think that under might be more sensitive, like in general, because
like my underboob is still really sensitive. Actually,
I can't feel anything right here. It feels. Oh, I can't. It just doesn't.
Yeah,
it feels like a phantom pain, like touch.
Yeah, the tops of my boobs have way less feeling,
like,
but the underboob has a lot.
Here's a better picture of like further out.
Yeah, I forgot how much you bruised.
I bruised and then bruised again and then bruised again. Like, I bruised like 3 times.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Do you bruise easily normally?
I get random bruises that I don't know where they come from, but like, I guess. But not like big, like just like a little one like this, little one like that.
On your knees or whatever.
Yeah.
This was a week for me. My nipples pointed different directions for the first month, and it pissed me off. That was the one thing I really hated.
Weird, but yeah. This was like a week later.
Yeah, they look weird.
Look how
that
bruised
bruise.
Yeah, you didn't bruise at all.
Not at all.
Like,
internally I did, but I had no external bruising. So purple and your whole under boob is yellow.
Yeah.
And
my sternum.
Yeah, wow.
Like all down here. But like they were dropping already pretty nicely at this point.
Yeah, you already had like a nice shelf. This is 1 week of my scar. My scars looked nasty for a while.
That does look really bad.
Right? That's disgusting.
Again, we kept that thing over mine for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I had like that scabbing, so I couldn't even see it.
Yeah.
But then when I did finally take them off, all of the scab came off with the tape.
That's how my trachea was. This was alarming for me a little bit.
That's scary. It looks like a horror film. Like,
yeah.
Like you think it's not going to get better from here.
For real. I was scared it was not going to heal well.
I had some issues too where I felt like something wasn't right. Like how this one was raised, like if you run your finger over this, you can kind of feel it a little bit still.
Oh yeah, right there.
But like
this one's more flat, yeah.
Like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's the same, yeah. This one's super smooth. And then this one is still a little bit raised.
So smooth.
No. I can't even tell where it is.
Oh no.
Usually
they're
without.
like the same, in my opinion. They felt about equal. They like are so smooth. A week and a half, I guess.
Yeah.
Roughly. And the bruising had already swollen, like gone down. My nipples were like encapsulated in these bruises.
Yeah.
And then I actually took pictures.
Your bruise is like similar color.
This is what, so this right here though,
yeah.
This like step made me think that it wasn't gonna heal right. It almost looked like it was overlapped, like the skin was tucked over it. But the doctor is like,
let it do its thing.
3 to 6 months to see the ultimate results. Give me at least 6 months before I,
That's fair.
And I was like, no, I know.
Gotta trust him.
I'm just like, it doesn't look right, and I want that confirmation that it isn't stacked.
How much did I pay? Yours was $75, you said?
Yes.
Mine was $7,400.
Sorry, I'm being nosy. Is that top number the full number, or was there?
No, the top number is for forehead.
That's a lot for just.
It's because
the hairline.
I want to do my hairline and my brow bone at the same time.
These were the scars on November 11th, and the ones that I just showed you before were November 5th or 2nd, so somewhere around there. So these are just like 5 days later.
Wow, they already look amazing. This was 2 weeks, and at 2 weeks they were starting to look really good. They were just very obviously uneven. This one's lower and looking fuller.
But they look...
Because I was surprised.
Very good.
I mean, they already look really good and huge improvement.
They almost look very similar to what you have now, just like yours are a little lower.
Yeah. And
they start to do like your boobs are now doing that little like peak on the nipple instead of it. Like mine are like, they're round, but like not in a bad way in my opinion. They're like, they slope and then they just like curve.
My nipples have always poked
They tear forward. A little more.
Yeah, they're kind of puffy.
Yeah, and not in a bad way.
No, in a good way.
At all.
A lot of people like that, but
yeah. I mean, people like to see the nipples through the shirts, and like those are the nipples that show through.
I love that.
So this was on November 26th, which is like a month and like a day after.
Oh, those are looking really nice. Just a little red, but wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even see half of it. If you're not looking for it.
So this was December 5th.
Really
and
nice.
that it's December 13th. I mean, like
a week ago.
I didn't even like a week ago.
They already look way better. They're way less red.
I've been using this scar guard.
Love.
So
this was exactly 1 month post-op on my scars.
That still looks a little scary, but it's much better than like
way better than it was.
Like this.
Like now it looks like one straight line and not a canyon. But yeah, it's come a long way.
And the canyon was only because of the scabbing.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the only reason it was like scabbing and swelling, obviously. Mm-hmm. I know I still have a few more months of my journey until they're like going to be where they are. Mm-hmm. I'm actually pleased I got to fill yours because that gives me hope that these will start to feel natural. And because right now they're a little bit of a rock to touch.
Yeah, they're still a little tight, but they'll calm down, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was surprised even just the last month how much they've changed in that regard.
Good. Please
and I'm still healing.
Dr. Meltzer is always like giddy about his work. He's always like, please come in like 4 weeks so I can see them again. For like 5 seconds, but like he gets excited. You know that he's passionate about his work.
That's important.
So, as we're naked here, go check out the Melzer Clinic if you're considering any transitional surgery, I feel like I fully trust them and I would recommend them time and time again. Specifically for this surgery, I haven't had anything else done by them, so I can't speak for anything else. But you did have another procedure, and how was that? Was that as equally as...
Oh my gosh, it was better. It was so easy, it was so comfortable. You know, I especially loved that I got to see like a transgender doctor, you know, and she and I just related really well. You know, we got to share stories, and it was really funny to hear like how much she loved my boobs. Like, she told me she was jealous of my boobs, and like when she saw them when I got my trachea shave 2 months post-op, she was like, they're literally perfect. Like, I really popped off, and I was like, you did. Thank you so much. I highly recommend the Melzer Clinic.
Yeah.
Their staff is amazing. The hospital was amazing.
Yep. Can I ask, how did you find them?
I had gone to the Philadelphia Trans Health Conference back in 2018, and I saw Dr. Meltzer there. I actually heard him give a little speech about surgery. And then later, I didn't even think about it, but like when I moved here, I was like, I was just ready. I was just ready to have surgery. I looked up local places, you know, that specialize or have previously helped a transgender patient, and
there's like none.
There's none, and
other than the Melzer Clinic, and they are hardcore, like trans specific,
trans only.
I love them. I felt very comfortable there. I always chit chat with the ladies up front. Hannah is actually a girl that I went to school with, and she recommended the clinic to me. Her mother's actually the HRT specialist there.
There's a lot of trans people on staff, and there's always like other trans people there. Like, I just feel safe and welcome there always. Even
if you have to travel for it, I recommend, if you feel the most comfortable with the doctor, even that's abroad, you take that leap of faith if you really believe in their practice and their work. So
do your research. You know, whoever you feel the most comfortable with, you know, you'll end up having the best results with.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate Rose for being so open and willing to share. Next time maybe we'll compare bottoms. Kidding.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for having me here in your home.
Is there anywhere you want them to specifically check you out?
I'm everywhere. You can look me up and down. You can look me left to right. No, but definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on TikTok. That's where I post daily, usually multiple times a day. And that's where I have my largest following. And, you know, follow me on Instagram, wherever you would like.
Also, if you guys aren't subscribed yet, hit that red button and ring the bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you want to check me out on social media, I also have Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and my own personal website where I post blogs and cool stuff like these shirts. So go check those out down below. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I love you all, and goodbye.
Thanks, everybody.